So this one is Zabo? Vabo? I don't know how you want to say it. Well, it's Vabo. That's how it is. So he is a 2600 Pharah in a 2566 game. Just looks like your normal plat game. Yeah. So Pharah on Oasis.
Prepare to attack.
So it should be noted, Pharah's a strong pick on Oasis, right? He's not here today. It's all right. We'll still go through it. Well, I'll post on YouTube. Chro done any Reaper reviews? I have not actually. No one's done that. Reaper's difficult to correct because it's always like it's easy to correct because it's always position. So Pharah on Oasis, strong pick.
Capture.
University. This map is probably her hardest map.
I am empowered.
All right, and we are already starting to tell people what to do. If they run Pharah, well, shoot her. You're Pharah. Gotta get cute. Oh, that Ana's ripe for the picking.
I always get my turn.
Get an Ana. Good pick. Yeah, so we're doing good so far.
I am on a roll.
Maybe you're flying a little too low, I would say, just because you're kind of in their view. This is dangerous. Okay, it worked. It's always dangerous to go into closed space, one as a Pharah, and two with a Reaper. He can one-shot 200 hit point classes quite easy.
My ultimate is almost ready. My ultimate is starting. Barrage ready.
So here we have, you're holding the high ground, which I like. Yeah. You're holding the area with the most amount of space that you can abuse. Now remember, you're a long-range class, so at this point, I would say maybe you're committing a little bit too much. Actually, yeah, you're committing a lot right here. Hmm.
Oh, let's break it.
You just seem really hell-bent on holding that one area. For a mobile class, you weren't very mobile there. And if I remember correctly, that's going to probably be the common theme with you throughout this video. Is that while you do hold one area, or while you do hold an area like vertically, let's say this area, but that's all you'll do. You'll kind of go here, and then you like, dive a little bit, but then come back, and you just kind of hold one area. If I remember correctly. Let's watch to make sure I'm just not lying my ass off. So here's a little bit of a overcommitment. That's always dangerous. I mean, that was a very... it's always dangerous, and this is for any class. The reinforcements are coming from here. If you flank around, and flying is really slow, actually. I think you can run faster than you can fly. If they have people over here, then you're sandwiching yourself, right? You're lining yourself up to get cornered. Just by two people, and that's what happened. Even though it was a shitty mercy, not a shitty mercy, it was a mercy with a really bad gun and an Ana. You can still take a lot of damage to 200 hit point class and die.
Online. My ultimate is ready. Let's work together.
Oh, careful about typing. And at this point, Like, this was an overcommitment. Let's see if you make it out. Does your Mercy make it out? No. That's a good ult. A very good ult. Of course Mercy's doing that shit. And then you get one shot. That sucks. Like, it was overtime. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic stand. It was overtime, but remember, it was overtime for them. You can give up the point. This applies to all classes, for everyone. Don't be so hellbent on getting the point immediately, right? What you need to do is... Here you go. You're talking again. So this... he says go in. And alright, you can tell people to attack, or you can tell people to go in. But, you know, I don't use comms, right? So how do I tell people to go in?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, we get a donation from Sneaky Breaky with $2. Thank you so much, Sneaky Breaky. I hope you got something. I hope you got something out of the review, man. And I gave you a lot of shit, but I hope you took it like a good sport. So thank you for the $2, man. Oh, Zabo, this is you, right? Oh, yeah, Vabo. It is you. So, as someone that I'm not in comms, right? So how do I communicate to my team, right? Through series of brings and emotes, right? No, what I do is, I try to affect the flow of combat. So, as people know, where was I going with that? Shit, I looked at chat and I blanked out. Where I want to go with this, the flow of combat. It's the flow of my fucking thoughts. That's what I need to figure out. Instead of telling people to go in, what you need to do is you need to understand people and what it takes for them to go in, right? What does it take for these two people to attack? Well, they want to feel safe. Do they need a safe flank? Do they need a safe main path? What do they need? Provide that need. So if they need a safe, like a little bit of a cover for them to run over here to here, well, then, you can do a concussive grenade, right? You can push them back. And everyone's like, oh, they're back. We can go this way now, right? You don't have to tell them about that. Like, you can create the situation. You can do it with killing. You can do it with pushing people back. You can do it with position. The fact that maybe you're over here maybe makes them feel safer. All this stuff. These are all ways to subtly affect the flow of combat. And what you do is you just essentially make people's faith in certain parts of the map go up or down. So don't worry too much about yelling at people. Like, I don't want to say you're yelling at them, but you've definitely told the guy to, like, change his class. You told a guy to go in. At this point, people are probably thinking quite negatively of you. Oh, that was really good. That didn't work. So again, you're very, very close to combat there. For a class that can fly, you usually don't fly too high. But you need to start doing that more often. You were playing on tilt when I was watching this. Yeah, that's actually why I picked this video. I was very hesitant on picking it, but you were quite pissy, and I was like, all right, we can probably wrap some mentality stuff in this. It's actually a good game to review. You do make some mistakes on Pharah, of course, but yeah, we can definitely tell you're a little bit upset. All right, so now you're using your air, your long range classness. That's great. There you go. Oh, that Reaper's gonna get wrecked. At this point, like, you do get one. It looked like you had just a bit of focus fire issue. You're kind of picking one and then the other and then the third. And watch your concussive blasts. That's all.
Back in action.
Group up with me.
Group up with me.
Aiming's overrated.
So don't worry about telling them to group up with you, or not group up with you. Like, let them have it. Like, Your team's going to die. You don't have to tell them that. And don't worry about no. Like, here's again. Don't peek. Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter what you say. These people are going to do what they want to do.
Let's group up here. Group up with me.
I'm under attack.
So that's one of those times right there where like a concussive blast would have boosted faith for the flow of combat. It would have pushed everyone else this way, and it would have pushed the Ana this way where you have one more character. So your team would have been more inclined to go in, or more inclined to go this way and kill the Ana. Right, this is all about, I mean, this is what I do in combat, is how I affect my team's mentality, even without comms, right? Because when I started playing computer games, we didn't have comms. We played team deathmatch, capture the flag, all that without talking. So I think I don't have to say anything there. Just don't chase targets down. Do I have to show everyone how to catch a monkey again? Alright, and at this point it's okay like for you not to ult, but at a certain point you gotta start ulting. And I say it's okay not to ult because there's so few, yeah, everyone's dead except for you. Everyone wants to see how to catch a monkey. No, not now. That was a rhetorical question. It's a goddamn rhetorical question, people. I don't want you to answer it.
Clearing the area.
Now you start arguing. Alright. Don't argue with people. It just wastes time. Like, look, both of you guys are now talking. Both of you guys are doing nothing. Because you're arguing within each other.
Much better.
Okay, you're still hopping around like a frog. At a certain point, you have to use your height advantage. And also, you gotta start using your ult. It seems like you're waiting way too much for a wombo combo. Pharah is actually one of the only classes in the game. She's one of 2 classes in the game that immediately do damage. Yeah, here's your ult. There's only 2 classes in the game that do instant damage. And that's Pharah. And actually, Reaper. These are the only 2 classes in the game that do damage instantly. And Pharah does about 300 damage within a quarter of a second. If someone's riding in front of her. How do you use Pharah ult without dying, though? It's so risky it is, but that's what you have to mitigate. Sometimes you have to kill, and this is where everyone talks about gold. Like, you say you got no heals. No, that's someone else. Blah, blah, blah. Just like, yeah, this is the only guy that makes sense. Play the game, please. Like, everyone shut up and start playing the game. So, yes, Pharah's ult is difficult to use.
Across the board.
There's no doubt about that. It's hard to use. That being said, it does instantly wipe someone out. Mercy also has res. That's correct. So yes, with good and proper positioning, if you can get 1 or 2 kills instantly, it's worth it. You just have to remember it does damage immediately. It's one of the only ults, and you have to abuse it for that fact. Again, you fall pretty quickly here. You could have been higher, and this point especially, and this is just to notice map architecture. Whenever they have a choke point, let me draw a better square. Even here, whenever they have a choke point and you can survive above it, this is Pharah's sweet spot. Holy shit. If you can hover above, or even a little bit back more, so you can shoot like right there. If you can cover this area of hell with Pharah, it's so strong. I think that is one of the hardest choke points to come out of alive, is because if they do have a Reinhardt, as soon as his shield's right here, you start hitting behind the shield. And since they're with a Reinhardt, he moves slow. Oh, this is a good one. But again, you're still way too low. Like, you should be getting up right now.
Claim this objective. Stand with me. Thank you. Привет. My ultimate is
And
charged.
so you're already planning Zarya, what's your ult? And it's not bad to plan with Zarya. It's not bad to plan your ults together, but to only use them together is... You're going to run up on some tough spots sometimes.
Enemies here.
Okay, and here it is again. You could be flying here to here. You could even be up here and hit them a couple times and then duck back down and get healed. And then either rest here or fly back up again and get a couple more shots. Yeah, what killed you wasn't flying, it was that you were flying too far away. Right? He has a very strong angle. And he can't hit up this way.
Back online.
Yeah, lower usually has cover, but on Oasis, you actually have cover up here. Like right here, Pharah has good cover. Right? Now, if someone comes over here, then you're screwed. But you're kind of hoping for your team to hold this line so that no one could easily come out here. In fact, flying up here will sometimes bait people out here for your team to kill them. But if your team is not there, like right now, yeah, like you could fly over here and die. And with the jet fuel for doing ever since it's been 35% increased effectivity, you can hover almost indefinitely. Like you hover enough and then you can jet up and then hover. I don't think it's quite indefinite, but it's close enough. That sucks. Also, you move faster walking than flying. I've noticed that a couple times that you'll try to fly to get away, and like you hover so slow.
Group up here.
Hello.
Get behind.
Thanks for the assist. Form up. Group up here.
Yeah, don't get all passive aggressive like this. Okay, never mind. Like when someone doesn't do what you say, don't get all passive aggressive. There's times like these that you may want to... Okay, here you go. Now this would be a good time to ult. Right? If you could have been hidden back here, and since they were Zarya ulting right here, you had the perfect way to hide from hit scan, but hit everyone you wanted to. And if you did it right away, I think most of these people could have lived. Oh, and they were cut off by Maywall, too. That would have been great. I mean, if nothing else, the D.Va wouldn't have been able to shoot. Yeah, that could have been huge, but... You know, what can you do? You're dead here at this point. But yeah, so that's... I think you didn't even think about ulting there because you're so hellbent on ulting with Zarya.
My team needs me.
You're afraid of defensive matrix? You gotta... You have to call her bluff. You could... Right, just being a hit scan in general, you could always be defensive matrix. What are you doing, YouTube? Steam downloading the game. Hold on.
Aiming's overrated.
No. Refresh. Here we go. So we're back on University. Round 2, University. But back about D.Va blocking your shots. Like, that can happen. That's the nature of projectile classes. It doesn't mean you can't ult, it just... Oh, he got greedy with that punch. Reaper behind you, yep.
My genius is finally recognized.
Again, you fly really, really low. Also, we got a new sub. Has subscribed. Oh yeah, man! Thanks for your subscription. Thank you for subscribing on a viewer review night. I appreciate that. I always say I have my lowest viewer count on user review night, but I think it's the best time. It's very educational. Oh yeah, there's this. Like, you could have been playing. In fact, I think you die for this, don't you? No, you don't.
System repaired.
They're good shots. Good shots all around. Yeah, you got caught in the middle. That's all right. That happens. Oh, a gift came to you. That sucks. Sorry that I laughed, but that's kind of funny. So again, you're really, really holding on to your ult. Now, it does pay off because your team still holds, or your team still gets the point. But still, it's getting quite dangerous.
Don't worry, I got this.
Oh, it doesn't. Even if you didn't hear the high noon, to die within like a quarter of a second. I mean, he was nano boosted. That's gonna happen. There you go. You finally get that boop. You've been waiting for that boop. All right, this is what. Oh, I was gonna say ult there. What are you going down for?
My ultimate is ready.
My ultimate is charging.
Oh, did you run out? Maybe you ran out of fuel. I'll feel like a dumbass if you ran out of fuel there. Hold on, I gotta check. Was I a dumbass? Come on, YouTube. Oh no, you just jumped down. Ooh, that was close. Again, aggressive. What did you just type in there? No, we're locking that. I think that was like no mercy. Did you really expect your mercy to follow you into that? Like, this is just blatant aggression right there. We can definitely tell you're tilting. Your aggressive tendencies are insane right now. As you're being dumb. Yeah, it happens.
Experience tranquility.
All right, let's see what happens. Again, if you walked, you would have made that. You were flying the whole time. That was such a good freeze, too.
Raptora systems online.
Am I going to play today? No, today's just viewer reviews. Well, I mean, you can. I mean, your accuracy is pretty good for Pharah.
My genius is
You just-
finally recognized.
Okay.
You're not going anywhere.
You just seem to use concussive blast sometimes very randomly.
My genius is finally
What a-
recognized.
Holy shit! We're getting some subs. What is that name? Jealous Snake Pack. Thank you for your sub, and this is 41. The 41. It is a pleasure to meet you, my friend. I've always wanted to meet 41. So thank you, both of you guys, for subscribing. Get some emotes out there, people. Thank you so much. And yeah, chat is confirming. Like your accuracy is quite good. You're doing well with shooting people. Your gameplay is bringing me subs. Now that could be because I'm doing such a good job at correcting all of your mistakes, right? Maybe everyone thinks I'm playing Pharah right now, and they're like, "Holy crap, the Junkrat's playing Pharah." So here you go. You should be pressing up right above that edge, because right here you're vulnerable to like 5 out of 6 people. There you go. So yeah, again, just remember, you have high cover in this map. This is why Pharah is so strong in this map. It's not just because of the high ceiling, it's because you have all of this cover. You can float here, and as soon as someone comes in this vertical plane, you can shoot straight down on them. Yeah, you have really good access everywhere.
Hello.
Do I review console games? I review everything, yeah. You can submit reviews by going to my Discord. I believe there's a exclamation review and exclamation mark Discord to get around.
Greetings.
I make you laugh, you heckle freckle. That is... I have no fucking idea what you just said to me. Get her! Yeah, you got her.
I need healing.
Okay, your team, you were in a rough spot, but you got out. Oh, that was a good direct hit. Oh, go for the ground shots. You're going for a lot of direct hits. That's part of the game, but never forget, Pharah, she can leverage the high ground so well because of her rockets. That was a good escape. I actually like that ult. This is fine. D.Va was forced to deal with you instead of shooting someone for those seconds. But your team, they had too many ults.
Understood.
I mean, I'd rather use your ult like that than just wait the entire game for nothing.
My ultimate is almost ready.
You feel like this Pharah is a hopping Reaper. That's actually not like a... You're doomed.
Nerf this.
My genius is finally
It's like
recognized.
Junkrat always going for direct hits instead of ricochets. Yeah, I mean, you got to use both. You have to leverage what your class is good at. Also, we got another sub. Boro's Magic Man, 2 months already. Oh snap! Thank you so much for your constant support. I think I reviewed one of your videos, right, Magic Man? I hope you're learning something, or at least enjoying the stream.
Not going anywhere.
Hope you get something out of it. That's all. Oh, he's in there. Good job. Oh, what a Reaper ult. Okay. See, that was a good piece of information you got there.
The area.
Now, you know he's going to come low. Yeah, he's in there. I can hear him. Now he walked out. Yep.
My ultimate is ready.
Огонь по готовности.
Run into the Zenyatta ult. Get out. You can take some pot shots. Ooh, there you go.
Heroes never die.
And the Mercy Res kind of seals the deal on this one.
I am on fire. You have my thanks.
You did it. You did it. He did it, guys. Victory.
Aiming's overrated.
Oh, look at this chiptune pixel art. Oh shit! It's unlisted. I got. Oh, I didn't think twice. Hey, hey! Stop that. So, oh yeah, the triangle. Talking Vanilla says he's doing the same mistake I see people do a lot. And I do myself sometimes. He's holding alt for too long. Yeah, he is, but that's not the issue that I care about. So first of all, your action is really good. You have good accuracy. Your accuracy is quite well. Now your other action is movement. Your movement, I don't feel like spelling the whole thing. Movement, that's what it says, is lacking. Sometimes you try to get away and you just kind of like float there menacingly and you die when you could hit the ground and run faster. Yeah, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk, know when to run, know when to fly. But your accuracy is quite well, and I think you're golden there. Your positioning was low. You needed to fly more. And that's crazy talking to a Pharah, because I usually want them to fly less. More specifically, an Oasis, close to high ground, or close to cover. She has a lot of high ground cover in this map. A lot. You count alt management as logistics or actions? I would consider that, if anywhere, logistics. That's the how you do things. Because action, I would consider you just pressing a button to action. There's no skill in that. It's how you get it and where you use it that I care about your alts. So, logistics or position, you need to fly more, close to cover. Yeah, you were really low a lot of the time. The one guy said you were like a jumping Reaper, and that was kind of funny. Because I was like, yeah, you know what? Kind of. Yeah, and use your mobility. I guess Pharah's whole thing's for mobility. She can breach high and low grounds quite quickly. So it's okay if you hold like difficult areas that most classes have, right? Like on the first university map, you got this square, and then you got the two little portholes to look through. So it's okay if you like move in and out of those, right? It's cool to move in and out of these as Pharah. Don't go this way because you're exposing yourself to danger. But where you'd want to be is like high ground right here, like really high up. And then you fly a little bit lower to get over here and take a couple pot shots. If you have the ability to fly straight up, then do so. But yeah, depending on where they're at. And you're a long-range class. A lot of the time I saw you weren't shooting at long ranges on University. You're getting really close. Like when someone was over here, you could have shot them from here. Or you could have shot them from this way. Right? Use the fact that you're a long-range class, you have no damage fall off, to a great advantage. And I know a lot of people consider it spam, but you'll get better at predicting and knowing where people will be, even after 4 or 5 seconds of a delay. Logistics. Know when to fly. Know when to run. I think you were getting around to where you wanted to You were just like, I think your initial positioning, like you were finding a place to go and you had an idea of where you wanted to be, but it was from there that you kind of stagnated, is the best way I can put it. As soon as the defensive line was drawn, you kind of don't know where to be. And it's like you don't how do I put it? I'm trying to think, because it's almost, what you're doing is almost the opposite of what I do, and it's hard to, I don't know what word to use. But when I'm on defense, I'm constantly moving around. I'm constantly zigzagging. I'm constantly finding new places and poking for information and trying to figure out stuff. You do the opposite. You find a place and you hold it. Like, you stick here on this high ground, and that's all you did. If I was Pharah, I'd be keep on moving back and forth, this way and this way. I'd be shooting rockets over here and over here to get information, like to figure out where they are. I'd use her rockets like I use my listening grenades, where I'll shoot a grenade this way and bounce it off the wall to hit someone to see if someone's there. Not to do damage. I just want to know if someone's there. I don't know what to call this. Like, it seems like I have ADD or something, but I'm constantly moving. And the more and more I play, static versus dynamic. There we go. Thank you, GG Prax. Fucking A. Yeah, be more dynamic in your movement. The more and more I play, I'll tell you this much. Actually, okay. I'm gonna contradict myself. When we talk about yin yang, if we want to talk about static and dynamic, that's just way off. Like, sometimes it's good to be super static. Right on this spectrum of movement. Ugh. On the spectrum of movement of static and dynamic, you want to use both strengths, right? You want to use the strength of being static. So at times you have to be super static and learn from there, and other times you have to be super dynamic and learn from there. And then from here you learn the advantages of both, and then you use both interminglingly, right? You use all of them, which makes you technically neither static nor dynamic. So I use the strength of static positions at various locations, but I move through them dynamically. This allows me strength when I want and mobility when I want it. Right? It's the middle ground that I like. You're allowed to send me multiple videos. No, just send me one, please. Please. It's very difficult to review like 6 videos. So you want to add more of this. I know this is high level. This idea of movement and everything is quite high. What all I care about right now for you is like, I need a new color, pink. Like, either focus on all static or all dynamic. Before I get too far ahead of myself, on information, the only thing I want to say about information-wise is I think sometimes you don't know where the enemy team is at or how bad of out of position you are. A couple times, I think you said you were on tilt, so I understand if you were upset at specific times. But a lot of times, like, you're just diving in, you're like, I don't care what the hell's in here, I'm killing it. And that means you cut off this information layer, which makes all of these other layers very, very risky. Like, you run a risk whenever you cut out one of these layers. You did it again when you busted out this side door and you met like 4 people and you died. So get information first and then base your movement off of that. But as for, clear everything. Sorry if anyone was writing that down. But for what I want you to work on is your movement. Alright, fuck it. There. Wow. I want you to work on your movement. So we talk about 0, we talk about static, we talk about dynamic. You're quite static, and I don't want to say it's a bad thing. It's a good learning tool. It seems like what you're doing is this. Maybe you don't know you're doing it, and maybe you don't really know that you're learning from it. But I would want you to, if nothing else, just be more dynamic in your movement. Go to the far other side, even if it seems detrimental. Hopefully, you will start seeing what bad parts there are of being too mobile, and you'll look back at being static, and you're like, all right, static worked well at X, Y, and Z, and A and B, or dynamic B worked well at A and B. So let's see if we can move use both of these, because I was doing C and D when I was dynamic. I got my ass kicked, and I did like X, not X, fucking another letter, T and Z, T and V, TV. There we go. I was doing being static at points T and V, and just it didn't work. So let's just cut these out. Let me try to be dynamic here, and let me try to be mobile here, and then figure out from there. So, but the first step of all of this is just be more dynamic, over dynamic. Overcorrect yourself to such an extent that it's detrimental to you, and then reel it back from there, and then you'll start learning. Could you elaborate like a game example on the move dynamically, a static point, or what it was? So if I had to give one example, hold on.
And then he's like, you know what? I'm better than that.
Nope. You know what? I don't have the video. Maybe it's on my YouTube. Oh, it was point defense examples. That's where it was at. Right? Looks. No.
Aiming's overrated.
I don't have it. God damn it. I must have missed the video. So what do I mean about being static and dynamic? Actually, I do have a video. Hold on, guys. I apologize. It was with Eevee and Color Bastion.
There yet, and people were already ditching him.
Now,
entering. I know, right?
Let's go.
This is we'd win.
Yo, it's kaboom.
Fuck. Here, calm down, Eevee. Both Eevee and Color Bastion, man, they're just hyper guys. So let's watch my point 2 defense. I believe this is where I start being mobile and static. Need some.
Watch left side. She's gonna be there.
All right, I need some music, so we're gonna listen to some chiptunes. So, where I first shot was a static position. And right here, this is kind of a static position. And then I start moving, right? So this is one of my key positions, right? I feel comfortable at this point because I can hear left, I can hear right. But also, I'm not in the way of getting shot left or right. I can also bank shots off of this, and I can shoot at this widow if I have to. I also have an easy way of escaping both ways. So I'll start using this. And this is kind of like my quote-unquote static one. And then I start moving. Move here, and I circle around them. Alright, this is me being dynamic, and now I'm kind of like in a static position. Now it's like, alright, I bit off way more than I could chew. You know, that happens. But my Mei kind of bails me out. Skip ahead. See if I can explain static and dynamic. Okay, so here it is. Here it is set up again. Here's another static. You know, I'll bounce grenades off the tree. And this is like, see how I keep holding this small area? I back down. And then I start moving. Right? I heard something, so I probably move back this way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Alright, so there's a widow there. And then I move, right? I stick in specific spots, and then I stick and move. Like, alright, this is a strong spot for me. You know what? No, not anymore. Bam. Pick and move. Pick and move. Pick and move. Alright, that's not gonna work. Alright, get back more. Pick and move. Right, you see how I jump between spots? Like this? This is just me being aggressive. Just, alright, I knew a couple of people died, so I just wanted to take advantage. And now I'm starting to circle around on them. So I constantly pick and move. This is what I do the entire time. This is how I play Anubis defense. Again, now I'm going to find a static spot. Then I start moving. So notice how I'm just constantly moving. As I play more and more and more, I find this to be a very strong idea or concept. This has won me a lot of games. And then you get shot in the face sometimes. And then you get a revive. Do I get shot in the face again? No. But you see how I'm constantly doing something. And this will link this back up. Actually, holy shit. You know what, guys? You know what I just realized? All the videos we reviewed so far have been people static. They've been static and passive. I just realized that, and it makes me look like an awesome teacher. So, yeah, everyone has been very static or passive that we've reviewed so far. And this is kind of what I want to see. Where if I was Sombra when we reviewed the other guy, where I'm moving around from left to right to center, she would be moving in and out. She would be mirroring me. So if this is the defensive line, as a Junkrat, I'd move like this. As a Sombra, you want to be moving like this. They're mirrors. They're kind of akin. Pharah, you can't move this way because Junkrat has burst movement every 8 seconds. While your concussive blast, correct me if I'm wrong, is like 12 to 16? So you would more ebb and flow like this. Where you wouldn't have such dramatic drops as me, and neither would you have as dramatic attacks as me. Junkrat moves in bursts. His damage is in bursts. Everything he does is very bipolar, Junkrat. Either I'm blowing the fuck out of I'm just killing everyone, or I'm, doing nothing. I'm just suppressing fire and just not doing anything, really. So, this is like a really, really important concept. But if we keep watching this video, I'll probably, see here I am being static. And then all of a sudden, I'm just going to start moving really quick. Get a kill there. Actually, take out the Widow. That's really important. And, as you move, opportunities will come. They'll just appear. I love this so much. She thought she was trying to, dodge me. And I'm like, I know you have less than 30 health. What are you trying to do? All right. But yeah, that's what I mean between static and dynamic. Let me pause this. So, chat has said... So what you are saying is play an offensive character to the point where the enemy has trouble predicting where you are and try to deal with you. Oh, I'd say that's the case with everyone. That should just be a concept in Overwatch, is to be difficult to find and hit. If we want to talk about Sun Tzu and the Art of War, all war is based on deception.
Aiming's overrated.
In fact, all combat is based on deception. More than anything else. And deception is information. Everything in Overwatch is based on information. All combat in the world, Dota, League, Quake, Red Alert, Civilization, actual wars, World War I, World War II, fucking everything based on deceit. Which is an informational layer. It's the dark side of the triangle, I call it. Oh, this scary side over here. We don't talk about that side. How do you recommend moving dynamically while playing a tank and protecting your team? You cannot. That's the problem. In fact, tanks are notoriously not dynamic, except for Winston and D.Va. The tanks are meant not to be dynamic, and they're slower move. They're not slower movement, but they don't have movement abilities usually. If they do, like Winston or D.Va, they lack the hard, good shields like Orisa, Reinhardt, Zarya. Tanks are designed to not be that dynamic, but to provide extreme amounts of strength in small spaces. That is the job of a tank. Right? The job of a tank is to own the point. They want to be here, they want to secure this space. And they secure this space through different means. Like, damage mitigation is one way. And that's like Reinhardt. Orisa is starting to be here at damage mitigation. And it goes down to just straight up damage. AKA fear. The embodiment of fear is Roadhog. Roadhog denies space by killing you and sending you back to spawn. When you come through here, then you start getting stuff like Winston, D.Va, and then Zarya. And these could change. Like, maybe, you know, I'm not even going to put these in any specific order. But Winston, D.Va, and Zarya are this middle ground of tank and damage between fear and damage mitigation. I watch a lot of Grandmaster gameplay on Twitch, and I find that predicting plays is a lot harder after watching how pros move. A lot of these people move without thinking. How should I learn to predict them? They are moving with thinking, they're just moving very quickly. So it's... Hold on, you know what? Let me find... There is someone, and they clipped a cool clip. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it on Discord. Yeah, this is it. I found it. So this was a smartass Junkrat from the other day, and this has to do with how do you find out what pro players are doing and how to figure out how they think. It is a big thing about experience, but watch this. So here's this Junkrat. Now, I know this Junkrat. How do I know him? Well, I played this game with him. I don't know him, but I know this. I know this fucker wants to kill me. More than anything else, psychology-wise, this guy wants to kill me. He's going to do whatever he can to win this battle because he wants to be a badass. So he runs away. We can hear it. It's really hard to hear because it's lagging so bad. I can't even click the volume, it's lagging so bad. Okay.
You didn't think I saw that shit coming from a mile away, buddy?
And then I start...
jump from here to here, and I knew it.
Yeah, that's me talking shit. So the question is how does one predict this? How does one predict it? One, I heard it. I heard him use a remote bomb or a remote mine to go this way, and I'm like, you know what? This guy still wants to kick my ass. Like, I know for a fact. And here's the thing. I respect him. I respect him, so I know that he can do something like this jump, even though most people can't. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to play against the hero and not the player. Because if you play against the player, you'd be like, well, this guy can't do it. Then he's not going to do it. And then you get your ass kicked. But I go, no, this guy can do it. Because a Junkrat can do it. Now, I know this guy's going to do it because I'm also playing against the player. I know his mentality a bit. I know he's going to come for me. So what is the one thing someone could do? Well, actually, there's two things you could do. And this is a 50-50 flip. And what makes my decision shoot this way why I think he went this way is because my team was over here. And now, why does that matter? Well, because the second move you could do is fake this way and jump up this way and fall back down on me and kill me again when I turn. But he did a 50-50 toss-up. He expected me to go this way and kill me from behind. He could have countered my counter by just doing this other loop. But I knew he was coming this way, so I went that way. How do you predict this type of shit? Experience. I could hear him with sound. As soon as you start... God, I don't want to fucking sound like all zen and shit. But like, once you start understanding the flow of combat, things just fall into your hands. And if you ever wonder, like, how things just fall into my lap when I'm playing Junkrat, it's just because of my movement. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm Junkrat. It has everything to do with how I play. And that I'm just allowing combat to happen around me, and I can just feel how it flows. Also, we got a Twitch subscriber! Patface115! Oh, also, Jamie Eats World donated $5. E-Gen tip tunes for the old heads. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. And Pieface, thank you so much. Pretty Pink Pansy, do you think someone should play a quick play hero for some amount of hours before joining comp? Yeah, I think you should have some hours. Like, maybe a little bit. But not too much. Like, sword sharpening sword. If you cannot sharpen, like, your skill on a weaker target. I mean, you can to a certain extent, but you need people that are trying to kill you to get better. As for how to learn the flow of combat and how to do that, it's a lot of experience and a mixture of... It's a balance of competing demands of knowing what this guy can do and what the actual player himself can do. Like, what the hero, what Reaper can do. That's a McCree, isn't that? That's an Ana. Alright, it's knowing what Ana can do and what the player has, what the tendencies of the player, Player, will do. And it's a balance of competing demands of these two things. As long as you respect the class Ana and respect the player, and you know everything what's in the repertoire, then you'll start seeing what people will do. Have I ever considered consulting for pro teams or players or coaching professionally? I'm actually waiting for someone to mention it. Like, I've never been approached by one. Maybe I could start talking to them, but I would like to be an analyst or a coach. That's definitely my objective here. Yeah, I called Ana Reaper and McCree. Like, sorry, lady. Ana, old age has not been kind to you. You look like a fucking old man. I'll just say it. There you go. I said it. But Zabo says, let me elaborate. The range of players at this rank varies greatly, and I find it incredibly difficult to play against a Zarya who ults Ana, trying to contest the point 1v6, and the next insert not bad thing here. On top of this inconsistency in players that I play with against, I accustom myself to the play style of higher ranked players because I watch the game more than play it. Aha! Yeah, this is what watching too much... Hey, remember that... Who was it? Was it the Sombra? I was like, hey, Sombra, stop thinking so much. Stop thinking and start doing. Do. You need to do more, is what I would say. You're thinking too much. You're overthinking stuff. This happens a lot with lower level players that watch high level play. They're like, oh, well, this guy's going to do X, Y, and Z, so I got to be prepared for X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, what you need to do is B, which is be in their face and shoot them in their face. And then you'll learn these skills as time goes on. You'll start getting better and better. Actually, it's more like this. That's how life works right there. This is how life works. Actually, there should be a giant plateau. I'll just say this. One of the things I tried at for years, I was at a plateau for 3 years. I like how you guys complain about, oh, I feel like I'm stuck at Overwatch. I'm stuck at 2700 for 3 days, Chro. I don't know what to do. Fuck you. Fuck you. Straight up. I've been on a plateau for 3 fucking years in some of the things I've done in life. If I tried, like, I'll just say whatever I did it for 4+ hours a day. I did it 6 days a week. If you wonder where all my understanding comes from, it comes from this fucking hell I went through. Like, straight up. I did something this difficult, this hard, for this many years, and got nowhere. Porn? No. No, shit, man. My porn career was like this. Pow! Pow! Straight up to the top. I plateaued because I was too great. But no. No. Let's not talk about my porn career. The plateau is the hardest thing to deal with. So the fact that you're plateauing is fine. Like, you just got to recognize you're plateauing and start doing. You have to balance doing and thinking.
My genius is finally recognized.
Spooky Shoots! Thank you for the subscription, man. Thank you so much. Hope you're learning something. You heard the balding man fetishes were taking off. Alright, Wookie. Alright, Wookie. Wookie's getting a fucking timeout for that comment. Let you think about your actions. Talking about bald man fetishes. Plenty of women like bald men. Plenty! There are dozens of them! Oh, I gotta blow my nose. Alright. Am I unmuted? I hope that muted. Okay, good. That worked out well. Alright, Wookie Creeper. I think you learned your lesson. You're out of timeout. Look, Magic Knight dated some balding men. Jerk. Jerk. I help you guys out, and all I get back is disrespect. Okay, we're gonna have to move on. This is what happens every fucking time.
Thank you.
What is this? What is this? A donation? Eh, shit. For $7.17. I don't know what I did, but thank you. Thank you for your donation. I thought I didn't time people out. That's true. Actually, so I've been streaming since September, October, sometime around then. I didn't realize there was a timeout function until last month. I just banned everyone. Gram 3D, hi Chro. Love you, man. Well, how you doing? Thank you. So, wait, we only been live for 2.5 hours? Oh, we're doing okay on time then. We're doing okay. All right. We gotta go back to our next one. Vabo. Man, what a fucking rant we went on there. Holy shit. I don't know what I was talking about. I talked about my porn career. I talked about life. Do you have any questions before I move on? We talked about static and dynamic movement. We kind of lost ourselves. Bro, what's a smart guy do like you for a living? I'm in IT. I do random shit. I still haven't reviewed Team Chro. I'm sorry, Progressive. You got a question? What's your question? When is the sex tape? Never. Have I ever played a game called Chivalry? I played it for a little bit. I didn't like it, but I have played Mountain Blade, which does a ton of 1v1s. Also does like 50 vs 50s. Where do I think I should position myself in general on all maps as Pharah? Find a corner, post up high on it, and then go back and forth. That's usually Pharah likes the hug walls. So if we bust out the King's Row map. King's Row. Are you excited for Bannerlord? Hell yeah, I am. So, Pharah, where do you want to be?
Aiming's overrated.
You either want to be super far away, and using your long range damage to deal them, like to hurt people. Long range. It actually would be like this. Or you want to be here. You want to be right around this wall, and this way you can jump on people very easily. Where you don't want to be is like this area most of the time. Let me do a different color. You don't want to be around here. Well, I can't say that. Like this. This gets rough. Whenever you're in this area. This is just middle of nowhere. You got if you get caught out, there's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to go. You can't concussive blast off something to get away. Like be open air is where you're good in the air, but watch out for open air. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Pharahs have very good success on this corner. If you push them through the choke point, then right here is good, like hovering up here. But use long range or your height advantage with terrain next to you. If we go to the second point, again, like this corner is strong, or from far away and like using your range to your advantage. Right, these are like the two prime examples I can think of with Pharah. Of course, you'll be shooting like while you're moving from one place to another, but these are the places like you're going to be. These are your static spots, and moving between them would be your dynamic motions. Does that help you? Are you getting it? Okay, Zabo. Cool. I need a little bit of a break because I drank so much water before this. You know what that means, boys. Give me like a couple minutes, listen to some sweet chiptunes.